Thanks a lot for checking out another episode of our series, You Gotta Hear This. In this week's episode of You Gotta Hear This with J.D. Crowe, we bring up the sordid topic of politics because, after all, J.D. is a political cartoonist.
Alabama related. But with this guy, he says more ridiculous, outrageous, corrupt things before we all get up. I mean, by the time you get up, he's already said 100 things.
This episode with J.D. Crowe is not recommended for children or red hats. Plus, we'll find out how J.D. got his start and became a political cartoonist.
No, I started in college, actually. I was the...
And later, we'll answer some of the questions from the Facebook feedback.
Well, it's just daily. I mean, you don't have to... most of my days are just sitting around waiting for somebody to say something or do something stupid.
Did you just kind of fall into being a political cartoonist, or was there a drive as a younger man to become one, or did you just get tired of doing news graphics? No, I started in college, actually. I was the cartoonist for the school paper at Eastern Kentucky University, and I always thought I was going to school to be a graphic designer, graphic artist, and maybe I always thought like I'd be Leroy Neiman, be a painter, and go to Kentucky Derby and paint. So more of an artist.
More of an artist.
Right.
And I had a career goal kind of set out. I had it all plotted out. I was going to fake my own death and then do all these paintings, and like I was already dead, and then these paintings become worth more. So that didn't work out too much.
Well, you're still alive too.
I wasn't even dead. So, but yeah, I got the job. I started drawing cartoons for the school paper, and I started winning awards for these cartoons. And the cool thing about it, I was just this dorky kid on campus, and all of a sudden people knew who I was. So I'd be walking across campus, and they said, "Nice cartoon today, J.D." And so I got a little brave, and I was starting to take shots at our school president and some of the other stuff, taking on real issues.
Maybe weren't too happy about?
They weren't too happy about it.
Right.
And I became notorious. I loved it.
Yeah, Notorious J.D. Crowe. It has a cool ring to it.
Yeah, I never felt like such a badass.
Being a political cartoonist, obviously there are politics involved.
Yeah.
If you look at some of the administrations of the past, we'll call them quieter administrations, and the administration that we are in now, which is kind of a loud administration.
That's being very kind. Yes.
What's easier for you to work on? Is it easier to work with the loud guy because you constantly have... No. All the cartoonists that are drawing the loud guy every day, and I try to draw more local and what's more... I try to capture the angles that are Alabama related. But with this guy, he says more ridiculous, outrageous, corrupt things before we all get up. I mean, by the time you get up, he's already said 100 things. And it almost seems like it would be easier to draw your cartoons based on the louder guy than opposed to
it's easier. I mean, with this guy, it's just holding the mirror up, because you can't do anything more outrageous than what he's already doing. In a normal administration or in normal times, there might be one or two, maybe three topics you've got to choose from on a daily basis, but with this guy, it's just he just cracked open the sewer pipe and it's just spewing everywhere. It's overwhelming, and that's the point of it.
I think that's
He's
exactly
the author
the point.
of chaos and confusion.
Yep.
And there's nothing good about any of it. I'm a person as much as I'm a cartoonist. But cartoonist and person me, I love this country, and I really hate to see what's happening to it. And it's just sickening. This guy's poisoned the country, and too many people are just going along with it. It's sickening to watch this democracy death march on a daily basis. And so what I am proud of are the people who are rising to the occasion. So many really good artists, Steve Brodner. I mean, all my editorial cartoonist buddies and ladies, and Telnus, wonderful cartoonist. She lost her job with the Washington Post because she was tackling this stuff. And I'm probably the most non-confrontational person you'll ever meet. And if you and I are having a conversation and I'm mad at you, you'll never know it unless you see the cartoon I draw about you when I go home. So unfortunately, or fortunately, a lot of those cartoons I draw when I'm mad at somebody, they appear places. But you and I, we're cool, regular people.
I noticed that you have a little issue with Tommy.
Oh, Tommy Tuberville?
Yeah.
Oh. I have no issue at all with Tommy. He's, what's he going to say next? I gave him a fabulous award in my year end. At the end of the year, I said, well, who's giving me the most wonderful nuggets? And so I awarded Tommy Tuberville. I called him Tommy Turkeyville because he was the turkey of the year. And between his divisive rhetoric and just pure old ignorance, he's just poultry in motion.
Okay, so we posted on Facebook earlier about if anybody has anything they'd like to ask you from your fans or followers on Facebook. We got a few responses. Linda Strong, she asked where you get your inspiration from.
Well, it's just daily. I mean, you don't have to, most of my days are just sitting around waiting for somebody to say something or do something stupid, waiting for a politician to do something stupid, and I don't have to wait very long. It's just there.
Yes. Honey Hill says, hey, when are you going to come by and meet the bees?
I want to meet those bees.
You should meet those bees.
Yeah.
Those bees are great.
Yeah, you'd tell me about those, right?
That's a pretty cool little adventure. I went out there and chatted with them.
Yeah, I saw that.
Cool.
I saw what you did on that. That's beautiful.
Thank you, sir.
I would love to see the bees.
You should go out there. Okay, a friend of mine, Randy Went, said, ask him about the fight for our library. So how is the fight for the library going?
Well, the fight for the library is ongoing, and I'm happy to say that the spirit of Fairhope is alive and well. And it was that cartoon I did last year when, at that time, the Moms for Liberty, I think they've changed their name here. The local version's changed maybe a little bit, but anyway, they were attacking the library, and they're attacking the libraries all over the United States. Trying to get books banned. Basically, they're against anything that's not like them. They don't want to have any kind of diversity. They don't want to have anything. They're targeting LGBTQ community, and they just don't want their children subjected to those kinds of books or whatever. But they don't want any diversity. So, anyway, I was really proud. My proudest moment last year was. When this community rallied around the Fairhope Public Library.
Against the censorship.
Yes, against the censorship.
Created by this group of people.
Yes. So my idea, I had this idea early on when this was ongoing, and I just pictured this, the Fairhope Public Library with these vultures on top. And then I said, well, we've got to have a spirit of Fairhope. The spirit of Fairhope is alive and really well. But I was trying to figure out, well, who's going to personify this spirit of Fairhope? Well, about that time, I saw the New York Times article about the library. Our fight was getting national.
The Fairhope Library was in the New York Times?
Yes.
Wow.
It was getting national attention. We were getting national attention for standing up. And there was a picture of the young lady who's over the organization of Read Freely Now, Elizabeth Williams, and she was standing there. They got a great photo of her, and she's standing there in this white dress, and she's looking defiant. And I said, "Damn, that's a spirit of Fairhope right there." She was leading the fight, Read Freely, Alabama. She was leading the fight against the Moms for Liberty.
And that's kind of surprising in Alabama since it's so
my gosh,
red.
Yeah. So the fight is ongoing. It's not ending. They're still trying to win their ways. But I'm just so happy and I'm just thrilled about...
proud of this community.
I'm very proud of this community. Fairhope.
Well, we hope you enjoyed this episode of You Gotta Hear This with J.D. Crowe. I know that we sure did. Coming up next week in our next episode,
Everybody applied for this job, an editorial cartoon job at San Diego paper.
J.D. tells us about the long, strange trip to Mobile, plus a meeting with the famous Dr. Seuss. Be sure to check it out, and thanks so much for watching You Gotta Hear This, brought to you by Pipeline TV and Element Media Content Creation. Have a good day.